The more you play Counter-Strike and the higher elo you climb, the better players that you're going to play against. As you climb elo, you'll start to notice that common angles that work against lower elo players start to be cleared out more consistently, resulting in these angles becoming more difficult to play. The best way to counter this is to play what's called off angles. These angles are less commonly cleared, which will catch unsuspecting players off guard. This video will showcase 10 off angles that you can start on CT so you can get more kills and win more games. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more content similar to this in the future, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. But before we get started, a big thank you to today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a fully automated CS2 trading site. SkinsMonkey provides an instant way to get new skins. Along with that, they have a 24/7 live chat support, so if you run into any problems, they'll be right there to help you. If you're interested in finding a specific skin, you can use their search tool. Better yet, if you're not sure what skin you're looking for, you can use their filter tool to find exactly what you're looking for. If you use my promo code RyderDie, you can earn up to $5 for free. Trade up $100 to make the most of it. Now, if you don't want to trade your skins but you'd rather buy, SkinsMonkey is now offering a 30% deposit bonus. And if you use my promo code RyderDie, you'll receive an additional 5%. Remember, use code RyderDie to get up to $5 for free and claim your 35% deposit bonus. Thank you SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. The competitive map pool in CS consists of 7 different maps. I'll show you at least one angle for each one of these maps, starting with Nuke. The first angle was originally shown to me during a demo review with my coach Kojimo. During this review, Wilson CS and him were analyzing one of our recent league matches. Kojimo showed Wilson an angle towards lower to catch T's pushing secret.
Do you know this angle? The one where you play here? There's a really good off angle that pros play that is right here.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like it's the like most popular off angle. Probably like every Nuke scrimmer match you play, someone's gonna be there at some point.
The angle between both lower vents just besides this electrical box will catch enemy T's pushing secret. The reason why this angle works so well is because T's will be fixated on clearing the vent angles and the stairs. Because of that, they're going to be discounting the chance for the CT to be holding this corner. An honorable mention that won't count towards the 10 angles is this angle in Big Garage. The reason why I don't want to count this towards our 10 angles is because this one requires a little more team coordination. You'll need your Heaven player to either spot the crossdown secret, or you'll need your Ramp player to go down secret to wait for the push. With that considered, this angle can be incredibly strong when T's want to scale Mini Garage or Wrap CT. This angle has netted me a lot of free kills, and I promise T's won't be expecting you to be here. If you ever find yourself B anchoring for your team, you can get situated into this position on plat. Most T's when pushing B site will clear headshot and sight and will not be ready to see you here. Give this a try in your next game. Another angle you can play on Dust is if you have long control, you can stand on Cat here. In higher elos, this position is played very often, but I don't see this much in lower elos or even in my level 10 pugs. This angle is extremely strong because it does not commit you to the cat fight, and if your long players decide they want to lose the fight, you can easily run back to site or commit deeper into cat to help with retake efforts. Moving on to Inferno. A powerful angle you can play here on Banana is right behind sandbags. From this angle, you'll be catching T's that are eager to clear behind car and are worried that CTs may peek from B site. A popular pro player that's played this angle in official matches is Nico. This player has found great success with multi-fragging from this same location. Another honorable mention on Inferno is being boosted on lane balcony. There are 2 reasons why I don't want to consider this to be a part of our top 10 spots. One is because, unless you're a movement player that has practiced self-boosting here, it requires a teammate to boost you, which can be hard to come by if you're playing in lower elo. Also, as you climb higher in the ranks, this angle is cleared out quite often and is victim to different kinds of spam and utility lineups. One of the strongest positions you can play in Ancient is B site. An angle that is often poorly cleared out, especially during late round scenarios, is the cubby behind default. I don't recommend playing this angle at the start of the round simply due to the fact that this spot is commonly mollied out or spammed, even in lower elos. But as the round progresses, you can situate yourself in this position to either not be seen by ramp push or not be seen by T's pushing from cave. I can't tell you how many times I've multi-fragged from the same spot and have turned 4v2s into 2v2s or better. Another important note about this position is that if you can, you should communicate with your team to either spot ramp or cave so you can position yourself accordingly to where the T's are looking to execute from. An honorable mention on this map would be playing from cat on mid. The reason why I don't want to count this towards our 10 is similar to being boosted on Inferno. And even if you know the jump from mid to cat, the T's will always beat you there on the timing and see you jumping. But if you throw instant smokes from spawn and have a teammate that's willing to boost you, you can hold this angle to prevent T's from pushing through elbow. This same position is also very strong mid round for both teams if you can isolate the fight from mid to donut. Now moving on to everyone's least favorite map, Mirage. It's hard to find angles that are unknown for most of the community due to the fact that this map is played so often in all levels of play. But with that said, an angle that has often caught me off guard and a spot that I find good success in is playing window from the left side. Very often when clearing mid, T's will run out, clear out con peak, right side window, then move their crosshair to lower mid or cat. Off this, we can expect to use this angle a few times a game in order to get free kills on unsuspecting T's. This position gets even stronger if you're opping mid window or playing here during pistol rounds. The biggest downfalls I can see from this position is the fact that T's will often throw a mid window smoke. But even if that's the case, playing from this side of the window is an angle that most players won't expect you to be playing from when the smoke fades. Along with this, I've seen several high elo players make this move quite often. Another angle we can play from on Mirage is empty on B site. For whatever reason, even in my level 10 pugs, people very rarely clear out empty as often as they should. I will also catch myself discounting this position as I clear out B apps and site. Again, this position becomes even stronger if you're holding here with an op. Another advantage of playing empty on B site is you'll rarely become victim of flashes that tees are throwing over apps. And due to the nature of empty, you can move freely around after you get your first kill and get creative to stop enemy tees from taking B. Moving on to Anubis, we have this position behind pillar on A. If you tug deep into this corner, tees cannot see you from A main. Playing here will catch tees off guard quite often and leave you in a good position to showcase trigger discipline and for a potential multi-frag play. Like most positions on A, the biggest downfall here is if your team decides to die mid, you become exposed to tees running through camera. In the case where that happens, you'll be forced to either fight A main or to reposition. Every game is a little bit different, but the best position to move from here is to regress into A main. The reason for this is if tees decide to take A but fail to get control of A main, it puts them in a very uncomfortable post plant where they now have to hold for potential retakes from camera, beach, and main. Also, if you decide to not take A main but rather fall back into site, you'll be exposing yourself to several players pushing for mid, or a similarly uncomfortable position on site due to tees being able to come A main and camera. Another angle we can play is from mid. All we have to do is jump on this box. This angle puts us in a good position to destroy anyone scaling house. The biggest downfall to this spot is being exposed from doors, but a very common CT setup is to have 2 players mid. Your teammate can hold doors from mid, and anyone that swings your teammate will also likely fall into your crosshair. And if your teammate gets destroyed, we'll have a moment to reposition ourselves. An honorable mention for this map would be to boost behind B site. For obvious reasons, this one isn't included into the 10 angles due to the sacrifice one of your teammates has to make by boosting you. Along with this, it leaves a gap being exposed in E-box. A way your team can prevent E-box from being exposed is to pull one player from mid to help E-box. But in that scenario, mid is left far more vulnerable with only one player being there. Now for our last map, Vertigo. The first off angle I'd like to share is 52. If you're unfamiliar with this position on the map, it's right outside of yellow. Now running here at the start of a round obviously isn't a great idea simply due to the tees meeting there on a timing. But what works quite well and something that I've done a lot in my own games is smoke side haul myself, move to 52, and peek tees that are scaling ramp. The reason why this peek works so well is tees will be often occupied with clearing out top ramp, and many players will disregard the likelihood of you lurking through a smoke. Doing this more than once on CT side will likely result in either tees walking through the side hall smoke to catch your teammates off guard and gap, or tees waiting for you to swing out from the smoke bottom ramp. This angle is more of a lurk smoke, but I felt inclined to mention it because it can easily win you around when tees decide to take A. Our last off angle for the video will be quad on B site. In most level 10 lobbies, this angle will be often cleared out by mollies or HEs, but very rarely will tees clear this angle out in lower elos. This is especially true during pistol rounds and if there is more than one person playing site. This spot has generated many round wins on Vertigo for me and remains one of my all-time favorite positions to play. The important thing to remember when playing from this position is to remain patient. A guaranteed way to be impactful from this spot is to kill the planter and at least one T caught off guard. The biggest downfall to this position is that if you don't have at least one other B player spotting for you, it becomes quite dangerous for you to play because lurk players will often clear this angle out. Also, if your mid player dies, you become exposed to the mid push through either Guardian or CT. It's important to remember that once you've played an off angle during a match, you should expect the tees to begin to hard clearing that angle every time, or at the very least become more aware of the likelihood of you playing there again. It's smart to change up where you're playing from every round to keep the enemy guessing and prevent the tees from developing any level of predictability to your playstyle. It's also important to start to develop your own off angles and study what other players are doing. These are just 10 of my own angles that I like playing. Watch high elo streamers, pro players, and pro matches to see what you can implement in your own games. Also try to come up with some of your own plays. Keep in mind that the best off angles that you can play allow for multi-frag capability or make it extremely difficult for the enemy to trade you out. Before I end the video, I want to shout out all the RyderDie members to include a RyderDie CS, Tony, Link CS, Wishy, Sparta, Wilson CS2, Demi, Scarface, Covey, Monty, Uncle Drew, Lonely, Small Devin, Chill, and Vex. You guys are the biggest motivation for me to keep making videos. Thank you for the support. If you're interested in joining the membership, click join button below the video. Also in the description below is a link to the RyderDie Discord. If you're looking for people to play with, want to ask me questions about CS, or just want to enter giveaways that I host every month, be sure to join. That's all I have. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to stay up to date with my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Thanks for watching.